Other guys. Um, I wanted to do, I wanted to make this video. You know, I have not been on TikTok probably for it's going on 3 weeks now. Um, and the reason is because, um, all of social media kind of goes by, the algorithms and how, kind of according to what you choose and um, according to what kind of pick to watch, and so you start getting those type of suggestions or things like that on your timeline. And so, um, I, because of what I chose, I was getting a lot of black content. I get a lot of black, kind of, I guess, I would hope it's intellectual black uh, um, information or talks, discussions, things like that. So, with that being the case, um, I get a lot of these debates and so forth. I get a lot of these just daily, hours and hours long um, lives where people are discussing mostly relationships and mostly black relationships. And it's become a thing. It really has become a thing. I don't think it's a good thing. I really don't. I mean, some of the discussions, I guess, are okay, but at the end of the day, to me, we're just really regurgitating and going over a lot of silly, immature, baseless stuff. I mean, it really disgusts me to the point that I'm tired of hearing it. And so I stopped. But I like TikTok. So like I have a lot of comedy on there, I have a lot of comedians and stuff. I have a lot of like people who are trying to break into the music business and singing and stuff like that. So that's very enjoyable because you get, um, all this great talent and stuff. So and cooking. I love the recipes and these cooking and dishes and stuff like that. So all of that stuff is entertaining, but I just got so sick of these lives because I'm sick of them, because first of all, we're just going around in circles. I don't ever see anybody ever really get to the heart of the solution to anything. And then once they do, I've literally been seen lives where um, people have what is the word I'm looking for? Has geared the topic to solutions and geared the topic to where everyone is not arguing and fighting over something silly anymore. And I've seen that happen, and one silly person will come in and say something retarded or ridiculous and just turn everything all the way back around. And it's so crazy to me because here's my real problem before I just keep going on. My real problem with my frustration with it is that it makes me ask myself, have we as a people gotten so far off track that we don't know how to live anymore. Like, we don't know how to go on a date anymore. We don't know after if we get as far as getting into a relationship, we don't know how to run and manage a house anymore. We don't know what to do with children anymore. Like, we don't know how man, woman, family works anymore. And I really find myself asking, like, have we, like, where did it go? Like, what happened that we are so lost that we're literally on here having hours long discussions on who pays what bill and the duties of a woman, the duties of a man. Do you discipline your children for this? Do you, allow your child to do that? Do you allow your wife to? I mean, it's crazy because to me, it seems as if, these discussions, um, first of all, it seems to me these discussions continue to like to generate arguments that does keep these things going. That's the first thing. So I'm not so out of touch that I don't realize and know that a lot of this is just straight set up to keep getting likes, to keep getting views, you know what I'm saying? So I do get that. But I don't know if we as a black people who already are so very discriminated against, who are already thought by so many other people and groups in the world that we are less than, that we are less intelligent, that we are criminals, that we are uneducated, that we are not sophisticated, that we are unintelligent, that, so we already have these type reputations around the world with other people. Now, we know we're not all stuck in a box and that applies to all of us. We know that. However, those out there don't know that. And so when they hear these things from us, because I made a video yesterday and I was talking about how social media is the gambit by which the world sees the world, if you just want to put it that way. And so what they're seeing from Black African American people is just like if I were not a Black African American woman, I would be looking at us as completely gone. Like, I really would. We can't keep a marriage together. We have no morals and values as far as parenting goes, as far as even pregnancy goes, and using contraception and being responsible. And if you're not going to use contraception, at least doing something to help keep your newfound family intact, instead of getting up, walking off, and leaving like some animal in the forest, you know. But yeah, I would absolutely think, well, we were a totally lost and degenerate people. I would think that. Um, as much of the world does. And it's sad. It's very, very sad because we already, like I said, have these stereotypes about us and we want to prove them wrong. You would think we would want to prove them wrong, but it's like we continue to prove their points. We continue to prove their points. Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't really care how it sounds. I think most of the world can see, though, where it is coming from. That is mostly coming like from the men, but we have a whole subsection of women who continue to um, keep the stereotypes going as well. And to me, these are also the ones of our females who are very male identified, um, are very male influenced, and it's just sad. But like I say, it makes me wonder, how have we gotten so far that we have to sit and debate for hours and hours and hours at a time on who pays the bills? And oh, well, if she makes such and such amount of money, then I should have to do such and such. And then, if I'm not working, is she gonna hold me down? I mean, it's just like, these are things that just come with being mature, responsible, adult, and all of this. I mean I don't even really know how to go into it because it's so remedial that, like I say, we have to sit and have hour long hours of long discussions on what's right and what a woman does and what a man does. And it's just like, I guess some of them are trying to be smart and educated and sound intelligent, but they sound so ridiculous. I had a I made a post about 50-50 on my Facebook page, and I made that post, and basically at the end of the day, what I basically said was that any woman is foolish to sit there and deal with a 50-50 situation, and I believe that. I can understand why she would, but I don't think we need to continue to benefit men by doing something like that. Because at the end of the day, just straight outright and pure, if a man cannot take care of a woman or a wife or children, he does not need to have them. Like, literally and seriously, he don't need to be having children and making babies and trying to get a woman and telling her, "Oh, well, I can't take care of you by myself, so I need you to help." That's not the purpose of having a relationship, especially when you're asking for a traditional relationship. That is the other issue that I have. I mean, men have literally now, men are doing a lot of things that benefit just them through patriarchy. And I'm hoping that women are peeping game. But men now have a whole total distinction with women. You got modern women and you got traditional women. And what men are literally asking for is traditional service, traditional wife, family, sex, all that duties, but they still want you to be modern enough to go half with them. And the point that I keep trying to bring out to these men, who they really don't give a damn, they really don't. But the point that I keep bringing out is the fact that if she's going to be traditional, traditional women didn't work. Traditional women didn't go half 50-50, but traditional women took care of the house, took care of the children, period. While the man went out, worked, did whatever, brought the money home back into the household to keep the house working, functioning, and all of these type things. Um, but these men are literally asking for roommates. They're literally asking, I want you to pay half of everything, bills, and yet I want you to cook, clean, take care of the children, have my babies, uh, be happy, be secure, don't divorce me, you know, clean up behind, like all of these things. They want all of that, but help me pay for it. And that's the other part that I don't get, because like I'm saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And that's simply what patriarchy is telling these men, and have been telling these men. That is why they're so selfish. That is why they're so self-centered. And that is why they only care about themselves and getting their needs met. That's first of all, number one. That's one of the things that women uh, is going to have to come to terms with. It took me a lot of years to really seriously stop questioning myself. To like, man, well, why is he so self? Like, why he don't do? And I've questioned myself for so many years in relationships. When I saw this, I'm looking at me. What did I do wrong? How can I fix this? What you can't do nothing. That patriarchy teaches this. Misogyny teaches this. And so, yeah, men feel very, very entitled. And they really seriously do believe, a lot of them believe this stuff is entitled to them because it always has been. Like, we have literally pampered men, we have literally pampered men from the beginning. We call them kings, try to treat them like kings, bring them their plate, bring them their food, bring them their slippers, wash their clothes, take care of the children, try to keep the family, everybody quiet. Oh, daddy in there sleeping. Daddy just went, he came home, he's tired, he just wanted to, and that's good and respectful. So that I get. You know what I'm saying? Cooking a meal, that's a family thing. Like, everybody in the house got to eat. So I get that. I get keeping a clean house. You know what I'm saying? That's just normal stuff. But when you feel entitled to do that and then you treat people bad, you talk to people stupid, you gaslight and you manipulate people, you don't think about or cater to your woman's needs, everything with the children, oh, push that off onto the wife, oh, go tell your mama. I mean, at the end of the day, what is the benefit for women? What is the benefit for women? And before I gear off too very far off of the topic that I wanted to talk about, bringing it back, like I say, it makes me wonder how we as Black American people keep getting further and further and further away from what we say we want. I mean, I don't see how how we keep getting so far, how we forgot that you go and find somebody to be with and love and get to know them and nurture them and be nice and kind to them. Uh, talk about a family, discuss goals and plans, discuss the fact that, you want to be together, you want to start a life, you, um, you know what to expect from children. You eventually may want to get a house. Now, see, I know all of this stuff is traditional. All of this stuff is probably old and whatever. But at the end of the day, it just still makes me wonder how we got so far. We are supposed to be so sophisticated, so technologically advanced and all of this, but yet we can't do the simple things that people have been doing forever, which is boy meets girl, boy likes girl, they get together, say they want to, if even if they don't get married, say they want to be together, be committed, have children, take care of the children, take care of each other, and just make it work. Like, I don't understand, when did bills change to where things got so complicated? When did men and women change so that things have gotten so like things are not that complicated. We're making it complicated. We're making it complicated with all these new rules, and that's really what's changing. These new attitudes and new rules, and a bunch of feminine men who are calling themselves men, who want to be pampered and loved on and treated special and everything, and don't want to work too hard. They want the women to change. They have this anger towards women, where they, oh, well, you pay 50-50 because you want equal rights. You ever notice whenever men start talking about 50-50, they always throw in those little, um uh what is the word I'm looking for? They always throw out those little sarcastic remarks about, oh, don't you want to be equal? And y'all fought for the right, so well, you won't have, so pay for and it's always a sassy, zesty uh sarcasm. You know what I'm saying? And it shows immaturity. And it shows the fact that you don't need a one, like you don't even need a girlfriend, let alone children and all these things. You don't need any of that. You need to grow up, you need to become mature, and you need to stop treating every single woman like they did something to you. I mean, there are literally men, if you want to call them that, out here in the dating market who are literally just going out of their way to be nasty, ugly, brutal, sarcastic, mean. Like they're just going out like that to women that they don't even know. And it's crazy to me. Like, how are you so ugly and bitter and have all these already preconceived notions about me? And you don't even know me. I just got attacked on my Facebook page by some guy because I put that 50-50 post out there saying that it's not good for women and I hope women don't do it. Those who are doing it will stop, you know. And I went a little bit more into it, but for the most part, that was the crux of it. And I had some guy coming at me, talking about his statistics, talking about his Pookie and Ray Ray narrative that, oh, it's only Pookie and Ray Ray that's out here making babies. All the women are having babies just by the same Pookie and Ray Rays. Most black men don't even have to. All the bullshit that have already been debunked. And then he started talking about superstar athletes and stuff with all this money and the child support and stuff that they got to pay. And I'm saying to myself, dude, like you're not an athlete. And all of these guys who bring these same stupid, ridiculous arguments always go and pull athletes and entertainment and entertainers out of their ass when they have no connection to that. You don't have that kind of money. You have a regular everyday job that where you've went and made however many kids you've made, and you're not even paying 100 or three or however many $100 a month that you're supposed to pay. You're not even doing that. Why are you worried about what an athlete got to pay? He's not in your league. You haven't married his woman. You can't even get in the vicinity of getting a woman like he can get. So like I don't understand why they go and pull out these crazy out of the way, no nothing that has to do with them statistics and try to throw that out there as an example. Oh, well, these guys are victims and women keep using them. What does that have to do with you? In your daily, everyday, regular, mediocre life, like me, a regular, mediocre, everyday woman, why am I using examples of basketball players, football players, and multimillionaires? Why? Like you pay $65 in child support and you ain't even doing that. So why you were, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. It is crazy. And it's crazy because it's so simple. If you don't want children, if you out here and you are a free single man and you are dating multiple women, why would you not, first of all, cover your penis for the sake of just for the sake of health? Because if she also is a free and single unmarried woman who's out here in the dating market, that's the reason you shouldn't be worried about her body count. Because if you know she's out here doing the same thing you're doing, the body count. I mean, I don't know, but it is probably going to be higher than what you would want. So for that reason, cover your penis up. Like that's just a health thing. Like the number of men out here who don't take precautionary whatever with their penis is amazing to me. Like, I don't understand why you're so reckless with your penises. Like, I seriously, I don't understand. Y'all act like it's some type of, indestructible object that can't nothing happen to it. It's crazy. Y'all literally use it like a weapon. which is a whole nother video because it is a weapon. And, that's a whole nother thing. But at the end of the day, that's like number one. Birth control is like number one to preventing having babies. So I don't, the whole argument of single baby mamas, the whole argument of dating women with kids, like all of that stuff would be done for you personally if you took precautionary measures to use birth control. Then the guy got there and tell me, oh, it's over 30 different kinds of birth control that a woman could use and she could prevent herself from getting pregnant. Yeah, and so could you though. If you're having sex with her, that is so, I would almost say high school, but that is so middle school of you to sit there as a grown, functioning, supposedly adult male to sit there and still, at whatever age you are, anything after 20, and you're saying some shit like, oh, the woman can use birth control. That is so remedial. It's so very remedial because at the end of the day, both responsible adults who are having responsible sex and should be practicing birth control. Like, who's going out here just sticking their thing into everything and say, "Oh, well, I thought I thought she was on birth control." Now, okay, because you don't know, you cover yourself up. Because people lie, you cover yourself up. Because you know you don't want to have children, you cover yourself up. Like, I don't get it. Oh, she got pregnant. Oh, she got some phenomenon. I stuck my penis in her, and she got pregnant. Like, it just magically happened. I didn't have nothing to do with it. She just got pregnant, and it's just like these men act like they're in high school. They act like they're in middle school. Like, literally, they act like they are in middle school dealing with the first little girls that they ever got to get a little feel from or something. And middle school and high school boys are more responsible than a lot of what I see going on with these grown men. Like, it's crazy. I bet you, I don't even know. And maybe that's something I need to look up in Google. But if I could look up in Google the number of middle school and high school boys who are out here getting girls pregnant, in comparison to the grown men over 25, over 22, whatever, I bet you it's higher for those who are supposed to be adults. I bet it is. I bet it is. And it is mind boggling to me. I swear to God, I don't understand. But what I do understand is that women, you need to keep your legs closed. Like, just stop having sex with these dudes. Like, if I ever had an opportunity to go back and especially to live in this time, oh my God, I would be a whole totally and completely different person. There's so much I did not know. There is so much I did not know. And I'm not saying that because I regret my children or whatever. I only have two, you know. So I think I did pretty good. Actually, in actuality, I wanted more. But, just the way life and circumstances, hit. And, I just decided, like, yeah, no, I think I'm good. Honestly and truly, after my son, that was it. I was done. You know what I'm saying? So, when my daughter came, still a blessing, whatever, I won't get into that. But yeah, I purposely did not after my son. And the stretch, the 15-year age difference, yeah. Yeah, because I know me. I could not have handled two, three, four babies or whatever, all stair stepping or two, three. My nerves ain't good for that. Like, for real. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't hurt my children or anything like that, but I'm just not set up to have had that. Just being honest, I applaud other women who do. I hear these women, I got 4 kids, I got 5 kids. Oh yeah, I got 8 kids, and it's like it's a blessing. You got a fruitful womb, but it could never be me. It just couldn't, just because of how I am. You know, so it just makes me wonder. It really just makes me wonder, and it makes me sad for the way that I know the rest of the world is looking at us. That, like I said, we have to get on social media, first of all, and air out our dirty laundry, which is something as a people, that was just like something Black people just didn't do. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's out there, it's like it just makes us look worse. It really does. And I hear a lot of intellect coming from the women's side. I hear some men being very intellectual and mature. I hear men now, a lot of men are beginning to step up and stand up and, counter uh, all of the rhetoric and talk from some of these other very toxic, very low vibrational, and probably slow men. Um, I see more of them doing that, but still, it's way too many out there with too loud of a voice. And like I said, and I've said this, I'm going to cut the video off. I've said this, and I've heard other women ask these men who aren't like that and who don't think like that and who don't feel like that, and they really are intelligent Black men. And I've heard the women say, but why don't y'all stand up to these Pookies and Ray Rays and to these ignorant men who speak so loud? Why don't y'all say something in defense of your own reputation? Because all I hear from a lot of Black men, oh, it's the Black woman's fault. The Black woman did this here, and the Black woman, and it's just like blaming the Black woman. But the rest of the world, if y'all could understand, the rest of the world aren't looking at us women like that. They're looking at the men because y'all can control y'all woman. Y'all are doing this because you say the woman is too masculine. Y'all can't control, like, it's like y'all have zero balls, and the rest of the men of the world, this is what they see. And then they just go and take shots at us as women just because they can. You know what I'm saying? Just because they can. They know we're right. They know the things that we're saying make sense. But just to get on social media and be assholes, they come and attack Black American women. And it's just retarded. And it's ridiculous to me. And it's just sad because it continues to make us all as a people look so bad. It makes us just all look so bad. You know what I'm saying? It's no surprise to me that when I meet other races of people and other cultures of people and things like that, that they are so surprised that you're, oh wow, well, you're really intelligent, and yeah, it's like they've never met anyone like me or whatever. And I'm not saying that to pump or elevate myself in any kind of way. I say it because I know the stereotype and they know the stereotype. So, yeah, when they actually meet and run into an intelligent Black woman who can hold a conversation, who can talk on multiple subjects, and there's many of us out there. But when they find that and they see that we're not all Waukesha, you know what I'm saying? It's it's surprising to them. It really, really is. I just met and talked to a whole mathematician the other day, like a whole guy with a whole graduate degree. Like, dude is teaching mathematics and stuff. I mean, very, very at a university. You know what I'm saying? And me and him hit it straight off the bat. We had so much to talk about. And even though he was trying not to, and even though he gave me compliments and was trying to be um a certain way about it, I know undercover what he was really trying to say is that you are a very intelligent Black woman. I've never met anyone like you. And hopefully he was thinking you break the stereotype. And it's sad because that's what we have to continue to do, is break the stereotype. And like here in 2023, that stereotype of us as Black people should have been gone. It should have been dead. but it's because we keep keeping it alive. It's because we keep keeping it alive. That's why it ain't going nowhere. That's why, and I'm not saying that other people don't help to make it whatever, because yeah, we know as a whole they don't want to see us at a certain place. We know that. But to me, that should be all the more reason why we should keep proving that we ain't all Pookies and Ray Rays and Waukesha's and whatever. Like that should be more reason to show the world who we are as a beautiful, black, intelligent people. Because at the end of the day, for the most part, that's how I look at us. That's how I see us. Like, we're not the Pookies and Ray Rays of the world. Like, it's so many of us that complete. Like, that's to me, that's a small part. That's a very small part. Maybe that's why I get so offended when I keep hearing black men who keep talking about, oh, I'm established and, I have six figures and I drive this car and I have this much money. But yet you still keep talking about baby mamas and single black mother. Like, why are you talking about that? If you are here, and I know I just made a video about that, but I'm just saying, if you're here, why are you still down talking about something that's going on in another, literally almost another world that you shouldn't have anything to do with? So you guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and the subscribe buttons. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about what I said. I know I kind of jumped around, but at the end of the day, the topic and the point of making this particular video was to just bring out the rhetoric of what we keep talking about and how we can't seem to get past baby mama and Pookie Ray Ray culture and all this stuff, and how we seem so lost that we can't get together and pay bills together. We can't get together and have families together, that we got to have arguments and debates and be on lives for 6 and 7 hours talking about 50-50 and who should do this. And like, it's crazy. It's so crazy to me. And I would love to hear you guys' viewpoint. You can hop on anything that I said, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. So, you guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, I'll see you next time.